Hi guys! So today is a day that I would normally post my monthly wrap-up, and since I'm not actually going to be doing book monthly wrap-ups, I'm going to be doing my stat, because I find stat videos very interesting because it's really cool to think about that stuff and think about what you're reading and where you're reading and all that fun jazz. So I have a bunch of pie charts. I'm gonna have to look at my laptop, and then I'm just gonna tell you guys some stats. If I could put the things over here, I would, but unfortunately I don't know how. So if somebody wants to teach me how to do that. So the first thing I keep track of is the format in which I'm reading. This month I have finished 9 books. 7 of those were paperback and 2 were hardback. This time I'm keeping track of publishing companies. So I read 1 from Mariner, 1 from Scholastic, 1 from St. Martin Griffin, 2 from HarperCollins, 1 from Knopf, I don't know, 1 from Warner Books, 1 from Insight Editions, and 1 that was self-published. I'm also keeping track of new versus old reads. So 8 of the books I read this year were new books, 1 was a reread. New versus old authors. 3 of the books I read this month, I had never read that author before, and 6 of them were authors that I had read before. For author gender, I have 6 male, 2 female, and 1 book that was written by both. Then I have fiction versus nonfiction. 8 of the books I read were fiction, 1 was a nonfiction. Standalone versus series. 4 of the books I read were standalones. 3 were part of a trilogy, and 2 were part of a longer series. As for my types of books, I'm really proud of this one so far. 2 of them have been YA, 5 of them have been adult, and 2 of them have been children. Last year I read no children's books, and I read a lot less adult than I did young adult. So far I have a good balance there to even it out later on in the year when I start reading more YA. As for my genres, in the YA category we have 1 science fiction and 1 dystopian. For the adult genres, we have 1 contemporary, 1 romance, and 2 fantasy. The nonfiction type was an other, as in I don't really know how to classify it unless I want to literally break everything down into the smallest categories. It was an essay collection. As for my total in genres, 1 contemporary, 1 romance, 2 fantasy, 1 dystopian, 1 science fiction, 1 nonfiction, and 2 children's. I keep track of my locations just because it's fun to know where you're reading, and as expected, most of my books have taken place in America so far, and that being 4 of them. 1 took place in Narnia, 1 took place in outer space, 1 took place in England, and 2 have taken place in Middle Earth. For my American locations, we have 1 dystopian future, 1 New York, 1 in North Carolina, and 1 other. That other was a travel thing. For my main character, we're off to a good balance with 2 male, 3 female, 2 books that have both gender, and 2 books that have neither. For my page count, I've read 1 book that was under 100 pages, 1 that was between 100 and 199, 2 that were between 200 and 299, 3 that were between 300 and 399, 1 that was between 4 and 499, and then 1 that was 600 to 699 pages. Got a nice little flow going there where I have more books than just the standard 300 to 500 pages. For my years, 1 book was published in 2016, 3 were published between 2010 and 2013, 1 was published between 2007 and 2009, 1 was published in 2000, and 3 were published between 1950 and 1989. As for my star ratings, I'm keeping track of this one again. Last year I stopped because of my weird reading thing in the middle of the year where I was reading a little bit and then I never tracked it, so I didn't rate them. So when I put them on Goodreads, I never rated them just because I couldn't remember what I wanted to rate them. So far I have 3 5 stars, 5 4 stars, and 1 3 star. And this year I am also keeping track of the number of books I finish versus the number of books I DNF. So far I have finished 9 books. and I have DNF'd 2. And then the last thing I am keeping track of is my monthly page count, and this month I have read 2,689 pages. That includes all of these books right here that I haven't finished yet this month. I just counted up to what page I had read before the end of the month. So those are all of my stats. I really hope you enjoyed these videos like I do. I'm going to keep doing them regardless because I want to keep track of this stuff, and I find it absolutely fascinating when other people do. The day I'm posting this, I'm also going to be posting my first book haul, just because I have so many videos lined up for the month of February that I didn't know where to fit that book haul in. So that will be happening, and I know you can see these books, and these books are not in that one. They will be in the next one because I thought I wanted to do it by number of books, and then I kept buying books. But you'll hear all about that when I do this one, because this one was great. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can check out my next video. Have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye.